Welcome back to a very random impromptu Millennial Debt video, hence why I have such a au naturel face, but I threw some glasses on to kind of spare you the zombie look going on. I'm coming on to give you a quick informatory video about why the coronavirus is affecting the stock market and the economy. So let's get right into it because I know a lot of people have been having a sense of panic for many valid reasons. And the first thing I want to let you know is when it comes to anything with the stock market and economy, you're not going to see a Twitter headline and you're not going to see news articles about the stock market having an okay day or the stock market having an average day. What you will always see are reports of either the stock market doing really, really well, hitting astronomical highs, or the stock market doing really, really badly, as we've seen recently when I think the other day it hit like the lowest it's hit since the 2008 recession, right? So that's going to send everyone in a tizzy. Obviously, it's going to sensationalize the issues at hand and make it seem far worse than it actually is. Is our economy in a financial crisis? Not necessarily just yet. Could it have the potential to be? Possibly, but it's best to know all the details now before you make any rash decisions. And it's always, always, always important, and I say this on every post, on everything I suggest on the internet, you need to speak to a financial advisor or a lawyer or a finance professional that can help guide you to the things that work best for your money and your lifestyle. Instead of just letting the internet run your life, you can hear some things that are interesting, you can make some decisions, but always, always, always speak to a professional in order to help you make the best decisions for your money. So that's first and foremost. Now, the main reason that a lot of people are going crazy about the economy right now, or you're seeing all these reports all over the internet, it's because the GDP for the first quarter of 2020 is substantially lower than it has been in a while. Now, that is for a couple of reasons. Now, the first reason, and I'll put what GDP stands for, it's pretty much gross domestic product. And what GDP means is how many products or how much products are being bought in a particular country in a particular time period, and that usually gives a nice little idea of how the economy of the country is doing. So if the GDP is down, it is assumed that the economy of that country is in shambles. Now, the GDP can be up or down for many reasons. Currently, right now, why it's down is people aren't spending as much money on things. One, because we are being told to stay indoors, right, to save public health, right? So people are not going out to malls. People are not going out to dinner. People are not going out to festivals or parades or marathons because those things are being canceled in order to keep the large amounts of crowds from infecting each other or kind of cross-contaminating with the coronavirus occurring and spreading so widely. So when GDPs are down, that sends people into a panic. When people are in a panic, especially in the stock market world, what they will do is they will sell their stocks in order to keep their money with them, right? In order to keep their money safe. But if you are younger, you're usually told to be a little more aggressive when investing and be aggressive with stocks because you have more time to make it up, especially with your IRA and your 401k. As opposed to if you're closer to retirement, they tell you to be more conservative. Again, these are just tips and advice. These are not hard, steadfast rules. If you are concerned about the state of your 401k or your IRA, or you're worried about your portfolio, speak to a financial advisor. Calm down your nerves and don't let the internet kind of just bully you into thinking that the end is near and the end is just on the horizon, right? It could be, it could not be, we don't know. But that is one of the main reasons that the economy has been flustered, or the stock market has been flustered, is because of panic, people selling their stocks to try to get their money back, the GDP being lower than it should be or than it's been in the past for the first quarter of 2020. Now, will the GDP still be affected in the second quarter? It's possible. We don't know what is going to happen with the coronavirus pandemic. So it is possible that this could escalate and become worse, or we could be on the uptick. It is hard to tell. It's anyone's guess at this point. But that is one of the main reasons that people have been panicking. Another reason, which is probably one of the bigger reasons, is oil and aviation is obviously going to be down in this quarter because people are not traveling as much as they would without the virus being at the forefront of our minds on our daily conversation. So whenever, especially oil, whenever the stock or the value or the usage or purchase of oil is down, that is a problem. Now, with aviation being down, specifically America, we focus a lot on services. I know it's believed, because I had to do my own research in this, it's believed that we do do a lot of importing, where really only 15% of our things are imported, so 85% are made in America. We are a very service heavy country. So with things like travel services, so airlines are not going to be profitable in this quarter because less people are flying, or they're drastically dropping their prices. Cruise ships or cruise lines are also not going to be used as much. So those companies aren't going to be profitable, which is going to be a problem for the overall economy in the long term, or at least in 2020. What the US has tried to do to get ahead of the problem, because obviously we follow certain routines when it comes to economic crisis or economic shifts. So the U.S. has dropped interest rates, which was a big thing all over the news reports, and dropped it to 1.25%, which is extremely low. And the reason they did that was to make borrowing money seem more appealing, or to make it easier for you to want to borrow money, again, to try to keep money circulating in the economy. We live in a very supply-demand economy, so suppliers are faltering right now because the demand, we want things, but we're more focused on specific other things, right? So the US has dropped the interest rates in order to make borrowing money seem more appealing. Will it work? It's possible. It depends on how far this pandemic really goes. But that is really the main reason as to why or how the coronavirus has affected the economy. And as you can see from all the information I've provided, it's all really driven by a few things: fear, uncertainty, and the fact that we are not able to really go out into society as we are used to going out into, only when necessary. And that is it. And I didn't want to say that is all, because that is a lot. But that is it. And if you are worried, again, speak to a financial advisor, speak to a financial professional in order to make the best decisions for you and your money. Bye.